Okay, folks, this will be an interesting one. It just goes to show that I'm really running low on funding at the moment. I struggle to make ends meet, and I've just paid off a telco bill, and basically I've got a power bill to pay from winter. So, I'm not looking too flush when it comes to finances. Things are going up, whereas my wage hasn't gone up enough to keep up with most people are experiencing this. So it's really difficult trying to make ends meet on a budget that I have as being a person with a disability or disabilities. And basically, it's difficult. I've got a disability that's been diagnosed, but I can't mention it because it's too fucking stigmatic. It's got too much stigma attached. But I've got other disabilities that have not been diagnosed, such as having a cord around my neck and coming out feet first, brain damage at birth, which explains why my memory is so bad. My short-term and my hippocampus have been damaged. I can't learn very fast or easily. And it's a real pain in the ass, folks. And this is what we're demoing with, this Oreo. So we're getting a bit lowly here when we start picking things like this off the street. Trying to make interesting art on a fucking shoestring budget. And really, I really wish I didn't have to resort to this to make money. Not money, I'm not making money, folks. I'm not making a fucking red cent from this photocopier art, folks. I'm not making any fucking money. I am losing, if anything, I'm losing money. And it's costing me, and I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news to get in touch with a lost partner. His name is Luigi. And I really miss him. And I have to go to air in order to get out of this financial situation I'm in. I have to go to air. If the TV channels could fucking sit up and take note and listen to me, I need help. I thought you TV channels like to care about the flood victims, the bushfire victims, but I get the feeling it's all just ratings for you. There's always an ulterior motive, and that looks shit house. That's not what I wanted. There's always an ulterior motive, But people like myself who really trying to make ends meet and trying to be successful in a world that doesn't recognise disability as people with disabilities as having a life. I know there's always a lot of talk about acceptance and it doesn't get through, and people like myself still have to live on the disability support pension and work in ADEs, Australian Disability Enterprises. Really, it's no fun. I want to do what I'm good at. I want to be successful as an artist. I'm not interested in working in a ADE for the rest of my life. I don't see that as my fucking future. I don't see that as something I really want to do. I have no ambition to stay put in the disabled realm. I want to be recognised as an artist who, yes, I have disabilities, but basically I don't want the disability to upstage my art. I don't want to be having to fund my art on my own through the disability support pension and my piddly wage as an ADE worker. I don't want to be an ADE worker. I want to be an artist, folks. I want to be successful. I want to have the same things that you fucking able-bodied people can get. I'm not interested in being the sum total of my disability. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to use that. That looks right. I don't want to be the sum total of my disability. I want to be recognised for the parts of my brain that actually work. Yes, I've had a cord around my neck at birth. It was not my fucking fault. I never took drugs. I never got involved with alcohol. I never did any of that shit. And I still had but I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech. And that was what basically is causing the worst, I believe is causing the worst of the disability that I have. That I had brain damage. I've never been diagnosed. I also do believe I might have Asperger's syndrome, or otherwise known now as autism spectrum disorder or high functioning autism. And this is why this is actually considered something positive, because it helps me stay focused on what I'm doing here. You know that people with Asperger's syndrome have a reputation of being obsessive about things like technology and that. Well, that's basically what I am like. I am really focused on this shit and I'm determined that I'm going to make something of it. But I need your help, TV channels, because my talent is costing me. I can't fund this on my own. I need to start selling pictures, and I'm not a business person. I haven't got the ability to sell my stuff. I have pictures building up in my on piling up in boxes and on shelves, so it's not going anywhere. And I need to prove to my father that my photocopier art is an asset, not a foolishness. So I really have a lot of things that need to happen if I could just become successful, if I could just get on the 6 o'clock news, if I could just take up one part of a bulletin, and that's it. I don't need the whole bulletin, folks. You don't have to give me the whole fucking bulletin. If you can just give me a little bit of the bulletin, maybe a house fire, a car crash, a Powerball winning, if you could just put that aside just for a moment and just put my stuff in its place, and if you could just see how good my material really is, I'll be really happy. But I'm not happy just languishing. I'm really scared for my future if I don't get out of this disabled rut. I don't want my disability to destroy my future. That I have to give up this art because I have to fucking put food on the table. I don't want that, folks. I really don't. But I may not have a choice. I know you news channels don't care about people like me. I know you fucking hate people like me. I know you fucking... I sense it, folks. I sense that I'm not newsy enough. No, it's not a car crash. No, it's not a house fire. No, it's not a murder. It's not a rape. It's not a stabbing or a disaster, a flood or a fire or conflict. It's none of that. It's just a fucking person doing something interesting with, or maybe not to you folks, interesting on a photocopier. What's the point? You know, what the fuck? We've got to do something different, folks. We've got to have something different on the news. We've got to fucking have something new. Truly news. New as in news. News. N-E-W with an S. We need something new, folks. And we do need my stuff to go to air, because I'll never get in touch with Luigi, and I'll never be able to pay back the taxpayer. Because what I want to do, folks, is if I can start selling my art, I'll relinquish my disability support pension, and I'll leave the ADE, and basically I'll go and make money out of doing this, and I can pay back the taxpayer nearly 3 decades of Centrelink payments. I really want to do it, folks. I want to do it. It's not just about me, it's about the taxpayer. If you can fucking think of the taxpayer, and by thinking of me, because I really don't want to be a drain on the fucking taxpayer, folks. I don't. It's not necessary. If I can get this up and running, I'd be really happy. And to help others, to help the poor, to help the homeless, you know? Anyway, that's come up looking quite interesting. I think we can now call this demo quits.